Yeah, well, real quick, I just want to, guys, I want to go through. I just want to introduce some of the team. Scott, you're the master of ceremony, but I want to make sure that some of the team kind of jumps in and says hi, so everybody knows who's speaking. Maybe some of the stuff that they're working on, some of the stuff that they're doing inside the company. Just a way to kick it off here, guys. As this is our first AMA and Twitter Spaces as Humane Assets. So give everybody on the team a chance just to say hi. Kind of let you guys know what their role is and what they're doing, and we'll kick it off that way. And then we can jump in and start having a conversation about some of the stuff that we have planned. And then obviously, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to run them at us.
Why don't you start, Jeremy? Kick us off.
Why don't I start?
Introduce yourself.
Well, yeah, everybody, why don't I do it since I'm the guy that won't seem to stop talking? The American here that likes to fill some of the gaps. I am Jeremy Lopez. I've been with the project here as a founder. Been really working over the years as the CEO of Everdome as well, to kind of bring this to fruition where we're at today. And, I'll just leave it at that. There's going to be a lot more stuff that I can jump in and talk about. But yeah, as one of the founding members here at Everdome, along with at Humane Assets with Scott and Bally, I'm really excited to bring you guys the next chapter of what we're going to be working on.
Bally, I see you up next. So maybe just go ahead and I'll go along the line.
Okay. I'm one of the founders of Humane Assets and also the chairman of HOCO, which has many different IPs. Jeremy and I joined forces a few months ago, well, almost a year ago now, to basically put this master plan together. And here we are today with Scott and a few other team members making it happen. That's all I am. That's what it is.
February.
Nothing else to say.
Keep going down the line, fellas.
Hey guys, it's good being here with you all. I'm Lucian. I'm head of community. I think most of them knows me from Telegram. I'm there with our moderator teams 24 hours to answer questions and guide people around our project. Yeah.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Jan. Good to be here. I'm head of creative and Humane. Overall, I'm staying on top of the brand, making sure of the quality of all the visuals. You could meet me already on Everdome channel before, now Humane Asset channel on Telegram. Yeah, and basically I was responsible for media creation before, as I am right now. So good to be here. Looking forward to AMA.
Hey guys, maybe I'll jump in. I'm Harry. I'm the CTO for Humane Assets. Just a little bit about me. I'm originally from Australia, if the accent doesn't give it away. I've been working on the Humane Assets project since pretty much its beginning, and I'm in charge of the tech behind everything, as well as most of the product and a lot of the Web3 initiatives that we've been taking as well. So you'll be hearing a lot more from me in the near future.
Perhaps we should start from the top and do a bit of a TLDR, kind of explain the project. Sorry, is there somebody else I missed?
Yeah, me as well. I'm Dave. I'm working on the content and marketing. I'm signed in today as the Humane Twitter. And basically, I'm working on the campaigns, the messaging, the storyline behind Humane Assets, as well as working on some of the client work from the copy point of view. I was also previously working on Everdome on the content with Jeremy and to an extent Bally and of course Lucian as well. So great to be here. Sorry, Scott, go ahead.
No, you're good. Jeremy, maybe you want to jump in and give the very brief overview of what Humane Assets is, because I don't want to take for granted that everybody knows that.
Yeah, I was actually hoping you'd do an intro for yourself as well.
Oh, I can intro myself, sure. I came together with it, whatever. Jeremy and Bally contacted me, obviously, as they were coming up with the idea for Humane, something that was really, really compelling for me. Obviously, I have my podcast and media brands, but had not really had the opportunity to branch into AI. And this concept made a ton of sense to me, especially with the Web3 crossover that we're going to discuss today. So, kind of put together our three brains and began working on what you see now. So, really excited to break all of that down. But Jeremy, yeah, or Bali, both of you collectively maybe can give us the TLDR exactly what Humane is, what the purpose is, why it's important.
Jeremy, I think you should take the lead on this one, sir.
Sure. I will. I was trying to piece this together. Best way to explain it. So, as
Can
many
I
of you have seen with
1 second? Can I give it the layman's terms, and then you
Do
can
it.
you can do the technical?
That's what I
I'll
was
do the
going.
nuance.
That's what I was going for here, guys.
You
Come on,
know, so
the man of the people.
I'm just a typical entrepreneur that wants to get the job done, and this is what we've created this for. Basically, the person who just wants to get from A to B and doesn't want the hassle of going back and forth with any AI. And that's what normally happens. You get on, when I get onto AI, the biggest stumbling block is you ask it to do something, it does it, you get to a certain point, and then it collapses. And then you start from. You get on, when I get on.
I think we lost Bali. I dropped down to listener. Jeremy, go ahead and continue with that. And Ebry, please unmute your mic because we can hear him talking through yours. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, so I'll actually pick up exactly where he's at. The early thinking was that we wanted to be able to create something for people, for something that everyone needed to use. And what we found early on was the marketing workflow that we had created in our past projects was something that was highlighted across the board. Being able to deliver marketing and at its core assets was something that we were very good at in our small team. And we thought, hey, how can we scale this and give this to other people? It's not an agency, it's not an AI model, it's an in-between. It's a workflow that's been created with the mindset, like Bali said, to just get shit done. So you're not going to come into our platform and have to go back and forth with us for months to be able to create any kind of assets or marketing campaigns. It's really about trying to get it done as quickly with the best quality as possible. And for entrepreneurs, small businesses, and even larger organizations that need to get stuff out fast, we're going to be that go-to platform that allows people just to get shit delivered. And that was literally in the first white paper that was written. It's we're not here to talk about fancy tech and everything that's being built. There's best in business AI models that are already being created. We're using those. We're leveraging those to deliver the products and the output that we're giving. So when someone comes to us, it's no fluff. It's I need something done now. I need something on the media side. Can you get that done for me quickly at a price that, I don't have to go back and get board approval for? And that's how Humane Assets was created. And in its very nascent stage, it's what we're delivering on already directly for clients, as well as when the application opens up, we'll be able to deliver for everybody.
Yeah. I was going to say that I guess the next question, and I don't know who wants to field it, but how does this actually work? If I know we're just opening up, but for clients who already exist and for those who are coming in, what's the actual process for, requesting some creative and actually going through the process and getting it done? How's it work on the platform?
Why don't you jump in here? You can talk from a product perspective, and then Jan, you can come in on the creative side, and you guys will kind of get to hear the actual flow as it works in the background.
Yeah, sure. Essentially, there are three main components for how you will interact with Humane Assets as a platform. The first stage of it is an AI-assisted briefing section, which is essentially where you enter exactly what you need us to produce for you. And the key aspect to that is that it's AI assisted in getting exactly the right questions asked to you. So it holds your hand along the path of obtaining that information, so that we cut down on the back and forth that's so common when it comes to asset creation, especially with agencies or freelancers or third parties. So that's the first major part of it, and that's very it's a very intuitive process. You have the ability to upload assets that you might already have. You might have a reference material that you might want to upload, or you have some existing inspiration that you have. So it's quite free form, but also, like I said, assisted through AI. And we've spent a lot of time tweaking that, making sure that it's easy to use, but at the same time is providing us the information we need to execute on your request. The second part of it is our flexible pricing, or our flexible and transparent pricing system, which is quite unique, I'd say, in this space, where you set your time and you set your budget, and we basically make it happen within those parameters. And the last step of it is us communicating with you, so you get put in touch with the actual creatives that will be working on your request, which are real human beings who are in the driver's seat of the different tools that we've built either in-house or kind of borrowed from others, let's say, and that's where Jan will be able to describe more of the creative process that takes place. But from a very high level flow perspective, those are the three core components. So to summarize it, it's basically you write down what you want, or you can transcribe it if you don't want to type it out. The AI will help you fill out the perfect brief. Then you decide how much you want to pay for it and when you need it, how fast you need it. If you need it, as soon as possible, as in if you need it in 10 hours or less, you can choose that. Or if you need it in a week's time, you can choose that option as well. And then we get to work on our end. It goes through our creative workflow, which we've been fine-tuning over the course of many, many, many months and years before that as well. And then at the end of it, you get a very high-quality asset at a very, very competitive price. And I'll give it over to Jan to describe a little bit more about the creative process behind the scenes.
Let me jump in there real quick. There's one point that we left out, and that was in the flow after you brief your whatever you're looking for. We've added a feature that allows you to bid. So it's almost like a market feature that you say, what I want is worth this value. So instead of choosing from a pick list of what we preset for you for the pricing and the time frame, you say, look, I only have this much, or I want to pay this much and get it done this fast, or the time frame doesn't really matter, but this is what this asset is worth for me. And you send it through, and that's another way to get it done. So it doesn't have to be based on pre-select pricing. The market can also choose it as well, and that'll work in the timeline too. So we've given you options as to how to get this delivered and when to get it delivered. I firmly believe, and I've had some pushback within the team, that allowing market to choose their own price might not be the best idea. But I want to put that option out there, and I want to see how everybody uses it. So I definitely ask anyone that's going to be using the platform, try that out. Select a bid. If you think something's worth a different price than what we're showing there, let us know. It'll probably get done.
Yeah, thank
So,
you, Jeremy.
go ahead.
Okay, so on production side, on the asset creation side, I would say that the most important part and to remember about is that we are not only relying on AI technology, we are using it actively. However, what is the most important part is that we are connecting different technologies. We are looking for the best ways to execute the deliveries. So it means that we can both keep the performance side on very high level and just make the business satisfied with what we are delivering for them. So we are mixing all the aspects. It's not like we are only leveraging AI. We are thinking about the asset production very holistically. So yeah, this is the biggest idea from production side of the things here in Humane.
Harry, you were talking obviously through the process, but there's an early access situation as well, right? Not just anybody can use this yet.
Absolutely, yeah. So I just want to give everyone a little bit of an understanding of what our roadmap looks like right now. At this point in time, we are in a closed beta phase. So we are gradually opening the gates to more and more users to test the platform, to give us the crucial feedback that we need to refine it and make it as good as it can be in as short an amount of time as possible. The next phase from here will be an invitation-based onboarding system. So if anyone here has used Clubhouse before or has heard of Clubhouse before, it'll be kind of similar to that, where once you've been invited to the platform, you will have the ability to invite other users, and then it will kind of spread out from there and create a network in that sense. And that's just so we can grow in a healthy way and scale up. And then after that, we'll have the next phase, which will be general availability globally. So those are the main phases that are coming up. But right now we are in a early access phase, and we are looking for anyone that's interested in testing the platform to reach out to us. In fact, probably do it right now.
I think let me step in. Hey guys, sorry. I'd just like to add a little bit of excitement here. I know we're going technical, and Harry's the best CTO in the world. Jan, Dave, they're all great. But the bottom line is, guys, I think the audience wants to know what we're going to deliver and how this is going to change AI for them. Is that right, Scott?
I think they want to know that, and then definitely deeper on the Web3 side. 100% agree.
So for me, it's about getting work done fast, right? Me as I'm not sure if I got cut off, when I got cut off, but it's all about deliverables. Everybody lives in a world that they need to deliver yesterday. Humane Assets is going to do that. When you're going to have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of designers at your fingertips to create things at a price you want, yeah, and at a speed you want, this is going to be revolutionary for the design and the marketing.
I lost Bally again. Did you guys hear it? Yeah, we get a lot of glitches on Spaces. I do these every day, and you never know what's coming. But I agree. Maybe Harry, sort of to continue that point. Should we talk about the Web3 side and integration, what that looks like, and then I'm sure a lot of people want to know more about the Dome and the NFTs.
Yeah, we've got some pretty exciting developments in the Web3 division for Humane Assets. So I just want to get into that. I think that's what a lot of people want to hear as well. So first of all, what's going to happen with the Dome token on Humane Assets? Humane Assets will support Dome payments as like a first-class payment method. So it will be the only way you can pay for assets in addition to fiat, of course. But so it will be the only crypto payment available on Humane Assets very, very soon. So we are in the process of developing that right now, and that will be there in the next, I'd say, few weeks. So that's very exciting. So that's in terms of paying for assets or paying for services on Humane Assets. That will be a driver of transacting with Dome, and obviously it has some implications there. In terms of the Web3 developments that we've been making, there's a lot of work that's been going on behind the scenes, and the team is hard at work on building those features out. There are I'm trying to not reveal too much here, but basically we have a very firm plan in place for existing NFT holders and landowners as well, in addition to the broader community who don't necessarily hold NFTs or land, to participate in very, very exciting activities that benefit us as a business and benefit you directly as community members and passionate followers of the project and enthusiastic community members. A very transparent system that basically rewards your efforts in spreading the word and making Humane Assets as successful as it can be. There are many aspects to it. It's a very sophisticated system, and it's taking a lot of brain power on our end to get to it, to build it in the right way, especially when it comes to developing on the blockchain, Some of you may know the technical aspects of it. Smart contracts are not easy to change after the fact. So we've been putting a lot of thought into making it as flexible as possible and scalable as possible as well. So there will be many community-driven and individual kind of, let's say, performance-based reward systems that we're building. Not sure, Jeremy, if I should go into even more detail here. I'm not sure if I have the license to do that.
Do we need to call the lawyers like in real time?
Yeah, we might need to.
Is that what people want to hear? Do you guys want to hear some of the
I don't
specific
even
plans
know
that we
the
have?
answer to that question, so I definitely want to hear it. And your lawyers aren't coming for me, so go for it.
Yeah, look, I don't think this is the place that we can definitely start talking about it, Harry. Like, you know, you talk about the NFTs, get into, you know, some of the reward programs that we're going to be doing. Yeah, let's let the cat out of the bag, let people know what we're working on, because it's not just the Web2 product, it's also an entire Web3 product that we're working on delivering. So let it fly.
All right. I guess this will be a world first then, in terms of announcing this. We've been keeping the cat in the bag. It's been held close to the chest. So essentially, we're building a comprehensive engagement platform. So it's not something that I've ever seen before. I've been working in Web3 and in software development for a very long time. It's not something I've seen done before, especially in the Web3 space. But it's essentially a reward system that directly tracks what you do and rewards you for it in essentially a point system. So we will have leaderboards that will track your performance, or not your performance, but your effort level. And when you perform, or you put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, you will be directly rewarded for your effort in various rewards. Possibly would be dome tokens. It could be exclusive access to certain events. It could be a host of other things as well. So we're really mapping out what those will look like. But we're planning on running these contests, let's say, on a monthly basis, or even possibly more frequently than that, depending on how things map out. In addition to that, we have other systems that encourage referral onto the platform, which directly reward you again. Then we also have community-wide initiatives. So all of that will be driven by milestones, which will be announced to the community at the start of a month, for example. And then as the month progresses, we'll be tracking and looking at how the community is performing. And based on that, the rewards will go higher and higher, and the engagement from that will be beneficial to everybody. So that means dome token payments on the platform. It means,
Don't tell me we got rugged on Harry too.
It looks like it. I think the thing that he was going to say was reward pools, and we're going to be working the NFT tiers into this system. That's the crux of what it's built around. But if you can think of some of the traditional Web2 referral systems, we've taken that and kind of just, you know, put it on steroids and added a lot of features in there. So instead of saying, hey, let's run an individual campaign where you retweet and share this, and then we'll choose someone at random to win, like we're building a much more sophisticated platform that's actually going to be, you know, has potential to go wider than just for our own personal use, if I can say that without saying it so broadly. And that's where we're really going to be focusing on the Web3. So it's not just that Dome is going to be integrated into the Humane Assets platform, but it's going to be building its own set of products as well. And we're really creating this holistic approach to Web2, Web3, AI, professional use, you know, crypto or our native Dome token, as well as fiat. And we want to create a flywheel where this economy kind of runs through all the companies that are involved. As you guys saw from the recent news, Everdome was acquired by Hoko. So you see the world that opens up for us as well. When we're talking about, you know, the F1 grid and some of the things that Hoko and Ioka are doing as well. There's a lot of potential here when we come from not only a creative basis, but now with Harry on board, a technological like kind of stack that we're looking to supercharge a lot of activities that we've been working on for a while. And the integration of the Dome token, the NFT systems, this rewards program, and turning that into its product, its own product, is it's like Harry said, it's something that we've been sitting on a lot to make a reality. And this is on the side of the asset generation and Web2/Web3 delivery system that we're creating with Humane Assets. So there's a lot going on right now, and I know everybody's asking a lot of questions. When is the Dome token going to be integrated? Is Harry a speaker again yet? No, he's still a listener. I believe we have slated, I know everyone wants to know when that's going to be a part of the product. When you get early access to the product, you're not going to see the Dome payment in there just yet. That's something that's in the works. It's something that we're working on. It should be coming in the next, definitely in the next 45 to 60 days. So I'm not going to put a tight timeline on that, but that's when it's been put in the roadmap. But as you can see, it's also going to live in its own product as well. Also, I want to throw out people who are here that are interested in using this product. I know many of you have already signed up for early access, but because you're here, we're going to be throwing out something exciting at the end of this. So please, please don't let me forget. I don't want to give it away just right now, but there will be something that I want to give everybody for showing up today.
Hey guys, Bally's back.
Well,
Sorry about my
welcome back.
connectivity, guys. It's shocking, but I think I'm back now and I'm going to be strong. I think there's a lot that you guys don't know about what we're working on behind the scenes. There's a lot of dots being connected and there's a lot of exciting partnerships coming your way. And that's the key here. Web3 is all about connectivity and making sure, that everything grows in the right way. And it's taking us a minute, but behind the scenes, things are moving really, really fast. And there's a lot of announcements. There's a lot of partnerships coming our way. And we'll let you know very, very soon. Scott, what have we missed? How can we make this a little bit more exciting?
Well,
Come on, ask us,
I'm assuming the bulk of the
ask us those
people, yeah,
thrilling
I'm
questions.
assuming that the bulk of the people listening, and this is just a guess, are obviously Everdome community members, as you guys said, are really interested in the Dome side. I mean, I can, for one, when we had our earlier conversations, can say that I was not super down the Dome rabbit hole, obviously, in the last cycle, but was aware of it and obviously knew you guys. But when we started talking about the idea that we could effectively revive something and serve the community and potentially give them more exciting investment and use case for the tokens that they're holding, that's what really grabbed me and helped get me involved. So, Jeremy, I'm really wondering actually how the feedback has been, you know, from the community. You're constantly talking to them. Are people excited? What's the vibe?
Man, I honestly, I think it's where it should be. It's questioning. It's curiosity with a bit of hesitation. Like, hey guys, we've heard a lot over the years, but we want to see this put into play. We want to see this in practice. You know, obviously you could see when the announcements happened that this change was going to be coming. There was a lot of like uncertainty, but I've seen a lot of people kind of rally around it shortly after, and now we're back in this phase where it's like, all right, well, let's start seeing something. Let's produce something. You know, this Bally was talking about it too, and this is something that I hold near and dear to me is getting this stuff out, getting it in the hands of the users, making sure that the decisions that we're making are beneficial for the community. It's something that I've always stood by and I've always tried to capture. But I mean, if we want to know the true sentiment of the community, we should ask them. They're here.
100% we should ask them. But I'd like to say, for me, being a part of this project is all about partnerships and creating use case scenarios for the Dome token. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to deliver.
So, Bali, yeah, quickly, not to interrupt, but actually, we had some questions that were sourced from the community for this AMA before, and one of the first ones is right where you're going. So I just want to articulate it from the way it came in. Are there any real examples or collabs with brands to show how it's been already working out there in Web 2? That was a question from the community.
I think that's a very simple question. Yes, we are using it day to day with our partners like OKX, DP World, LVMH, and many others. You know, there's government bodies that we're using this with, and these announcements will come out in due time. These partnerships that we are going to announce, we're going to make sure they come out the right way. We can't just let them out. I'm structurally making sure this is going to add value to the community and the token. And if we rush these announcements out just to keep the community excited, it's a waste of time and resource. So we're going to make sure we do this the right way, guys. I'm not here to give you announcements. I'm here to give you real results. And I can't do that if I rush something. So that's the key for me, to make sure we have these partnerships lined up and ready, and they're actually active. So when the time's right, we're going to let the community know and we're going to let the press know, but not before time. I really want to make sure everybody gets a value and the token gets a value. And the only way we're going to do that is make sure these are meaningful partnerships and really have value. That's my whole perspective on this.
Love
And
that.
this is my mindset, and I'm not going to change it. I want to bring the community real deals, not nonsense.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that we do answer these, since it's an AMA and these came specifically from the community. So, Harry, I think you're probably best to answer this one. Is Harry? Do we have Harry back up on stage? Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
If as a creator I want something done to my specification, who holds the copyright to that? Me or Humane?
You hold the copyright. Obviously, any work that we produce for you is owned by you because you paid for it. So it's a pretty simple one to answer.
Perfect.
And we're
Yep.
and also we are under NDA. So anything you do with us is only for you. Just keep that in mind as well, guys.
Yeah, it can never
And
be shared with anyone else.
I think that's an important point to point out too, with the difference between clients and partnerships. So the partnerships that Bally's talking about, they're going to be driving business. We're going to be, you know, mutually beneficial to one another. But there's a lot of clients behind the scenes that we're already working with, that we're producing stuff for. We're doing branding exercises. You know, we're looking at actually tech that we could be delivering to, which is a rabbit hole that we tend to go into. So it's going to be important that we're not going to be releasing names of everybody that we're working with, but the big top level partnerships, obviously, we will be getting out.
And also, guys, I'd like the community to understand one thing. I'm not the kind of person and businessman to have burn and create debt for the company. Yep, that's one thing I will not do. It's not the way I do business. The team right now are actively generating revenue and making a profit on each activation we're doing and each partnership we're creating. So this is not pie in the sky partnerships. These are partnerships that are actually generating revenue, which is going back into the business. I think that's a key factor for people to understand. This is not a hype machine. This is a functioning and profit producing business.
Yeah, some really awesome questions here also that we have that people submitted. Once again, I want to make sure that we get those because we know for sure that these are the questions that people are looking for answers to. The next one we have here, apparently this is the most asked question, Jeremy, repeatedly. How does the team plan to move with marketing with the alt season almost here? See, now we're talking in language that I can do on a spaces. You guys are talking about AI and technical things when you know, my spidey senses can finally tingle when we say alt season.
Yeah, you're the guy for marketing too, Bally. I think this is more of a question for Scott and Bally. I I am definitely not the marketing mastermind in this group. Look, we got a
Oh,
lot of
don't you? If everybody's asking that question, don't worry. We're planning. We're about to go into beast mode. That's the truth. We're going to hit you so hard, you're going to think, wow, how did this happen? We're not going to hype you up before we deliver. You know, you don't tell somebody you're going to knock them out before you throw the punch. So we're going to deliver, and then you're going to go, wow. this is amazing. That's what my plan is, and that's what we're going to activate. Scott, please give me your vision on this as well, please.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, that was one of the most interesting parts of it to me. Um, and I think that the more the business grows, the more we talk about it, the more utility we offer, the more excited the community will get, and it'll be a flywheel and sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. And all of that can be buoyed by the fact that the market is rising and that we're in a bullish environment where the world is becoming more interested in crypto in general. And this has been a very rough time, to say the least, I think, for any project, any altcoin. And I think we're in a situation now where that's starting to turn, and that's the most exciting part of the cycle, I think, for most people, where you can actually see some of these lower cap coins start to catch a bid and catch real interest. And I truly believe that this time around, things aren't just going to arbitrarily rise. There's have to be a real narrative and a real utility. You can't just throw a dart and hope that your token goes up. So I think that's very, very important to us. And listen, like I said, I was not an early dome holder. I don't actually own the token myself because I don't want it to be a conflict of interest, and I don't want people to believe that I'm pumping a token that I'm involved in. I'm involved in Humane on the asset side. I may buy some on the open market. We'll see. But the fact is, I want to see this for a community that's been through a
Wait,
lot
wait,
to see
wait,
them.
wait a minute. Wait a minute, Scott. Did you say I'll see? You
Well,
will not
I
see.
can't. I can't.
You
Okay,
will.
if when I
You're gonna have
do,
to buy now.
I will
The
very
community.
transparently show you,
Yeah,
but it will be on the
yeah.
market.
Please. But that's what I'm saying. It's gonna happen, guys. And one thing I can promise you, yeah. And when somebody says promise, they have to deliver. In my eyes, I'm an old school businessman. I will make sure Humane Assets. Listen to me now, guys. I will guarantee you Humane Assets will be on a platform in front of some of the biggest funds in the world. I'm on about $1 trillion funds. I'm not joking. I'm not hyping this. But I will put us on a platform where there'll be asset management and funds, yeah, over the value of $20 trillion, not billion, $1 trillion. By the end of the year, these brands will see Humane Assets. And I'm not going to tell you how, but you will see by the end of the year, you'll be like, okay, he said something and he delivered. Let me say it again, $20 trillion worth of asset management and funds will see Humane Assets and what it does. Now, let's see if Bally can deliver. Let's see if Humane can deliver for you guys.
I've known
I've
Bali
said
for
it. Let's
20.
see if it happens.
I've known you now 23 years. 23
Yeah,
years. Yeah,
it's
I
been a
think.
minute.
Yeah, I can assert that he means it when he says it. Jeremy, there was another question here about the token. I think we should just stay there since we have it. How will Dome maintain or grow in value despite being used for rewards? Will there be burn mechanics or incentives to hold rather than sell?
Yeah, and that's a big part of the product that we were talking about. The flywheel that Scott had addressed as well. Look, I can tell you openly, and these are plans, and economies are, as we've seen around the world, economies are made to be broken and revived and changed. But the plan is really to have an integrated economy where you can leverage fiat for the Dome token and vice versa. So we want to have people paying in Dome. We want to have creators that are in the Web3 world being paid out in Dome. We want to have this ability that when we start making capital, when we start having this profit margin at a place where it's comfortable, so we can operate the business. That's when we start looking at, okay, how do we buy back into the Web3 division of the business, and that's why we've structured it the way that we have. So we do have plans for the buybacks. We do have plans to, how to say this correctly, Scott, you're far more financial than I am. That we want to be able to leverage one side of the business to help grow the other side of the business and vice versa. And so the system that we've set up allows for revenue generation on the app side to go into the Web3 side, and the Web3 side to perform marketing tasks through the product and drive leads and drive visibility to go back in and benefit the app side of the business, if that makes sense. And this, it's not really a flywheel. It's just kind of a
Yeah,
back
well,
and
that's a
forth in this
holistic
way.
approach. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So that's really where our head's at right now, and we spend a lot of time trying to put these numbers together and think about, you know, a system that would really work. Because at the end of the day, you know, we all saw in 2021 that people were, you know, running a lot of staking mechanisms. They were doing a lot of rewards. They were dropping airdrops and all this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, that isn't always the most beneficial thing for the economy of the product. And
Not
when
anymore,
Bally and I
man.
originally,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
it
That's
hurt.
not going to be the thing. That's not going to be the thing this time.
I
People
think Bernie,
understand this now.
It's
They
changed.
want to see it. Yeah, they want, which is good. Like, listen, I don't begrudge like anybody for trying hard and doing those things in the past, but you learn the lessons of the past and you advance with a better plan into the future. To me, it's kind of reminiscent of the late 90s, early 2000 tech bubble. You know, everybody looks back at it and says, oh, those shitty companies that collapsed, but that's not the truth. Most of those were just people who failed or were too early, who advanced the ball for the people who ultimately succeeded. And the biggest companies in the world were all born of that quote unquote bubble, right? So we clearly have had altcoin bubble writ large, but also, you know, a metaverse bubble and a DeFi bubble and an NFT bubble and all of these sort of smaller ones. And the companies that rise from that are going to be the most impactful in those sectors as they mature and become a more like viable asset class in those sectors. And we intend to absolutely be one of those. And AI is obviously one of the most compelling narratives and where it meets crypto that there is.
I think also, guys, we should touch on utility, and utility partnerships are key. And I think that's going to drive the business more than anything, where our users that hold the token can use their token. And we're lining up certain partnerships right now where these use case scenarios will play a big role. And that will drive the price of the token up automatically, and the value. So, Jeremy, what's your opinion on this? How close are we to these partnerships? I'm questioning you now, Jeremy.
I would say the conversations are happening. We are definitely in a place where there's a lot of interest in helping to create utility. I can't go into too much more detail than that, but added utility from the outside of a platform that has a native token, unless you have an L1 or an L2 yourself, is not something that is typically done. But that doesn't mean it's not something that can't be done. So we're definitely exploring avenues to be able to, without saying too much, do something like this.
Pressure, pure pressure, Jeremy. I'm putting that pressure on you because we need to deliver.
I'm having to pick my words very wisely right now.
Good,
But
good. Don't mention any names. I'm not going to let anything slip out right now.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm so. I really want to, but we can't, guys. So soon you'll find out. We're going to take this to another level, guys. And I really appreciate all the support, all the belief of all the Dome holders that have carried on holding Dome and seeing the potential in the products we're launching and the team that we have around us. It's very, very exciting times. The last quarter of the year is going to be huge for Humane Assets and the Dome token, without a doubt.
Yeah. Should we keep addressing the questions? I'm gonna have to run in a minute, but I think you guys should absolutely continue on. There was a couple more here. Uh, One specifically, I think that David might be best to answer. What sets human apart from the competitors? Humane.
Yeah, and
I
this is
know I said human like an idiot. Humane. Go ahead.
this is basically like a pretty easy one to answer, because we're not building like just a simple AI tool that anybody can use. What we're doing is we're making it accessible for people to get quality out from AI. So rather than just going AI and doing it like hit and hope or trying over and over again, we got the creators behind it that already know the best tools. They know when to use AI and when not to use AI. Yeah. So not always AI is the right answer. Sometimes it's just like the old way. Yeah. But the idea is to make it accessible for everybody, so you don't have to be AI expert. You also don't need to go out and pay agency fees, but you can get that quality and you can get the perfect combination of the quality and the speed which then also brings like the trust, basically. So this is really the fundamental concept of what makes it really exciting for me, for Humane, as a creator and as somebody working on this, that we can give this access to people in a really, really simple way.
Yeah, I love that. Jeremy, I'm going to need you to take over with my duties. Unfortunately, I got to go handle a family duty, but appreciate this. A great conversation and really excited for all of it. So I hand the mic to you, sir.
I appreciate it, Scott. Thank you so much for taking the time, and we look forward. And I know the community appreciates you being here. So thank you again. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, guys. Scott's going to play a major role in this, guys. Everybody knows his credibility. Everybody knows his brand, and he's really going to be pushing this alongside me, Jeremy, and the rest of the team.
Absolutely. Look, I want to take this opportunity too. Does anybody on the team have anything that they'd like to put out that hasn't been spoken about before we open it up for any questions, any side conversations that we want to have in the group here?
Yeah, I wanna touch something from community perspective, which I believe this time around we are all about making community building more inclusive and empowering. And we believe in the creative power of our community to help spread the word. Uh, we already have a platform that is working, and now we want you to get involved and share the news, make some noise on social media, and help us grow our client base together. I think ultimately it's all about building a supportive network where great ideas and stories come to life, and we really have a chance to create something amazing as a community if we all come together.
Yeah, we need to create that spark in the community, and we really need everybody to push from their side to really make this happen.
Yeah, and I with Hebry jumping in there, I want to give a big shout out to all the moderators that are in this chat, Hebry included. Um, Man, we have a vibrant community. We have a community that's not afraid to speak their mind, and I know it gets heated in there sometimes, but I'll do this cheesy clap for the moderation team. I always shout out to them because I know the work that they put in and what they do and the amount of stress that they have to handle. So as a community member, continue to push on them, maybe sometimes be a little bit nicer. I know they're taking on a lot. I love it, but don't stop feeding back. Definitely give us everything you got. Let us know. And at this time, like who has anything they want to bring up? I haven't seen any hands go up. Does anyone have any questions? This is a new world. Jump in, ask.
Is there any more questions that we need to answer?
There was one more question for Harry, I think, regarding the NFTs. And that question was, when and what is the solution for NFT holders? And is there some estimated timeline?
I did discuss a little with what's going to happen with NFT holders regarding the broader system that we're building. So NFT holders are at the forefront of that. We want to revitalize the actual utility of the NFTs and the lands, just to be 100% clear on it. So in terms of timeline or when we can expect to see something, we are planning to launch the first step of the bigger plan in the next month or so. We will definitely be sharing more information leading up to that, but that will be the first major phase of it. I don't want to go into too much detail because there's some really exciting detail around that as well, and I think you just have to keep your eyes peeled to see what comes up, unless you guys want to let that cat out of the bag as well. But I think we can probably hold on to that one for now. But yeah, there are concrete and definite plans for NFT holders and timelines in terms of when these platforms are going to be released. They are in development right now, and I spend hours of every day working on these things. So rest assured, those are coming.
Yeah, and I can tell Harry's he's holding back on he's choosing his words wisely. But just remember, I dropped this in the chat probably 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. I said we're doing a total rebranding, so keep that in mind. That holds true for all parts of our business. So there will be some exciting things that'll be coming up soon with some really interesting partners, and I think you like what you see as a first step to this new platform for everybody. All right. Guys, I haven't seen any hands go up. Any questions? Nothing you want to ask? We're coming up. I mean, time doesn't really matter. So if there's questions, please feel free to ask. If not, you can drop them in Telegram. I know not everybody likes to speak in an open forum, present company included. This is just something that we do, and guys, we're going to start doing this more often. This is actually fun. I enjoy doing this. Bringing you information this way, bringing it with the team so everybody's involved. You'll get to know who they are a little bit more. A lot of them you probably already know. Some of them are new faces, but there's a great team here at Humane Assets, and the amount of work that we've been putting on to try to continue to carry in some way a mission that we set out on many years ago. While it doesn't look the same, it is definitely something that we are continuing to try to provide value for everyone included. And as I hope you see, we haven't stopped. We haven't given up. In fact, we've taken it to a next gear, and we're going to continue to push forward this way.
Also, guys, the team are always in the shadows, right? And we're trying to highlight our team. But please be patient with them when it comes to speaking and getting their words out there. In their industry, in their field, they're beasts. They completely take it to another level. Some of them speak, some of them don't. Some of their actions are louder than their words. So keep that in mind, guys. Give them a moment, and everything you see, all these amazing images, all this copyright, all this press and PR is coming from these amazing people. So please be patient, and they're going to come out their shows and they're going to tell you more, and you're going to learn more about the company, and you're going to learn more about these partnerships every day. They're going to be out on their channels, and once we let them go, there's no getting them back. So please be patient.
Also, if I could jump in, I got a couple more questions coming from the community from moderators. One of them actually probably for you, Bally, is like, how can people get involved now, even before the full public launch?
Easy. Send us a DM, talk in the community, ask us the questions, tell us the proposals, bring something to the table. We'll always listen and give you feedback and see if you can add value and we can add value to what you're doing. The key is in a community, you add value to each other. So please come forward, put projects forward. You will be listened to if there's a value in it for the whole community. If the Dome token is going to benefit from this, you're going to benefit from this. Bring deal flow, bring things to the table, which will add value to us, and ultimately it will add value to you. So guys, get involved. Please DM us, speak in the community, and let's see if we can work together. I'm 99.9% sure there's a lot of people out there that are shy, thinking, no, they're not going to message me back. They're not going to talk to us. No, they're not going to listen. They're too arrogant. Please, this is one of the founders of the company saying, get involved, reach out to us, and we can add value, and you can add value. Let's work as a community to build this.
All right. Right on the back of what Bally said, who wants to try out Humane Assets app? Still can't get anybody to speak, huh? All right. I'll tell you what. To thank you guys for joining in our AMA today. Anyone that's interested in using the app, I know you've already signed up on a wait list, but if you drop your email that you want whitelisted to one of our moderators, Hebry will grab all of those and put them together. Do it in the next 24 hours, and we'll give you access to Humane Assets. First peek, first look for everybody that joined. And please keep the questions coming. Keep them in Telegram. I don't want to take up anybody else's time. If there's no other questions that we have, I think we can wrap this up. Thank you so much. Go ahead. Oh, I thought Bally was jumping in, but thank you.
I was just going to say the same thing. Thank you so much. We believe in the community. That's why I got back involved with Everdome, and we changed this to Humane because the community was amazing. The community, set the token on fire, and I believe that fire is still there. It just needs to be ignited, and I think we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, a quick ad here. Sorry, Bally. If you are a talented creative and you'd like to work with us, don't hesitate to reach out to us either through the web or on DM. We will see if we can work together.
There it is. Lots of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the AMA today, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.